It's time for Coffee on the Coast. Good afternoon and welcome to Coffee on the Coast. I'm your host this afternoon, Tina Prigge. I'm welcoming back to the show the Manitowoc Public Library, but first time representative Sharon Verbeten. Sharon is new to the Manitowoc Public Library, new to the community. Sharon, welcome. And if you see Sharon around in the community at the library, please make her feel welcome. So nice to see you.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on, Tina.
So you're specifically youth coordinator?
Yes, I'm the Youth Services Manager, and I've been here now for 2 months. So was super excited when I heard about this opportunity because I love to talk about reading and the benefits and the community. Love to get out in the community.
Awesome. Welcome to the coolest coast. Thank you for what you're doing at Manitowoc Public Library. We are big fans of the Manitowoc Public Library and what it means for our community. And today we're going to be talking about the winter reading program. I'm just going to put this back up how it's called Warm Up to a Good Book. It sounds like it has already started the registration.
Registration has started. So the challenge actually begins in a few days on January 28th. You can sign up already. We are using the Beanstack app. Some of our regulars do know about that, where you can track your hours online. And but we do have paper options for people like me who still like doing things manually, that kind of thing. So yes, you can sign up today online. Go to our website, give the library a call, stop in. So all different options for signing up.
Right. So no matter how you like to interface, whether it's digitally or in person or on paper, the library has you covered. So this is the winter reading program. What does that mean? What's a reading program?
Well, first of all, it's a perfect day to be doing it, right, Tina? I mean, I see some snow coming up my window, so great timing on your part. So a lot of listeners are going to be familiar with the summer reading program, right? Where we try to keep people reading over the summer when they have plenty of other things to do, like, our beautiful lakefront and camping and everything, where it's a little harder to get people to actually sit down and read. But obviously, as a library, we want to keep people reading all year long. Now, you'll find in winter, right, you just sometimes want to cozy up with a good book.
All the time.
Put off those house projects and maybe just read instead. But you know what? You could even read like a how-to construction book and plumbing book, and we'll count that for your reading too. So it's just really to try to keep people, A, reading all year round. B, let them know that the library is their free resource all year round, right? Whether you're reading a paper book or a lot of ebooks get checked out, audiobooks, lots of ways to engage. And we want you to engage with us at Manitowoc Public.
Oh, and that's an important point. You mentioned audiobooks. So you don't have to physically be reading with your eyeballs. You can be
Correct.
listening to a good story.
Correct. And Tina, that's not cheating, by the way. So, a lot of parents are like, no, I want my kid to read books. Audio don't count. Audio does count. And here's why. I mean, you're engaging your senses, right? And especially for children and perhaps for some reluctant readers, audiobooks may be a more important way to engage them, right? We also have patrons that may have vision issues, perhaps need large print books or audiobooks. So there is no one size fits all when it comes to reading. And we want to make those resources available to everyone, no matter what their ability. So yes, audiobooks are an outstanding option.
Yeah, and a little tip, they're great to listen to an audiobook while you're doing like a mundane task, right? Washing the dishes, listening to a book, vacuuming, listening to a book, folding laundry, why not listen to a book? So
absolutely. And I have a little bit of a drive to get me into Manitowoc, so I always have an audiobook on in my car. And audiobooks are one of the ways I actually tried to spur my daughter's interest in reading. When she was little and couldn't read yet, I would bring her the picture book and then the audio, and we would work together so that if she didn't know how to read the words, she could hear it. So pairing that together is a really great way to work with children too.
yeah, and a great way then too to learn words. Like when you see something on the page and you hear it spoken, there's plenty of words that I've seen written, right? And then once I heard them, I was like, oh, that's
exactly. Exactly. And also audiobooks are such an enriching The actors who read them today are amazing. So, for example, if you've never listened to Harry Potter on audio, the reader actually takes on all the different characters in voice form. So it really is a theatrical performance on some of them.
That is such a good point. And definitely Harry Potter was astounding to listen to. I was shocked that it was one person reading all of
Right?
those parts and
Very
that they can be
talented.
so
I mean,
consistent with each character, right? Every time
takes a lot of
McGonagall
talent.
spoke. Yeah. Okay. So winter reading program starts January 28th. How long does it go through?
So what it runs through March 4th. So we're going to give you, a little bit over a month to read. We're asking that you only read 10 hours throughout that whole time. So that's not a lot, right? We're not saying sit down and read for an hour each day. So just 10 hours throughout the whole time. And that can be, 10 minutes a night, reading a storybook at bedtime. It can be your Saturday afternoon, cozy up with a blanket and read for an hour. It can be my 40-minute drive to work listening to an audiobook. So we don't really ask a lot. It's honor system recording of your hours. So it's just a simple, fun way to keep you reading and, yeah, earn some prizes at the end.
Yeah, I know it's fun. I've done previous reading program challenges with my son. So I sign up as the adult, he signs up as the child, and we kind of like keep each other like, hey, did you log your reading for today?
Yeah.
Or hey, how much reading did you do? And as a parent, if you're reading a book to your child, that also counts as loggable hours, right?
Thank you for mentioning that, Tina, because I just did story time today with littles, right? And, these are babies and toddlers, and clearly they're not reading yet. And so parents think, well, I can't be part of that. But absolutely, reading to your child is one of the best ways to get them prepared for when they can read. The pacing, the sound of your voice, even how you hold a book is getting in their brains. And that's an early literacy skill that, we are happy to foster.
I love it. I love it. Okay. And so you talked about the different ways to track. Adults can track, children can track. You showed me before we went live a paper tracker. That's so cute.
Yes, so we have this paper tracker. It's the same for all age groups. It's got some fun little winter icons on here, like skates and snowflakes, and just to make it a little lighthearted, right? So, again, you can log your hours online if you're more comfortable that way. But for kids, they might say, okay, we read 10 minutes tonight, color in one of these icons and put a stamp on there or a sticker, and just make it fun for the child, because if it's fun, it doesn't become like, oh, I have to read tonight. Make it kind of a routine. And most importantly, have your child read something they want to read. I can't emphasize that enough. So, if your child wants to read a comic book or a graphic novel, or they want to take a break and listen to an audiobook, um, they're not going to enjoy reading if it's something that is forced upon them, right? So let them read what they want. Let them read Paw Patrol. Let them, read Spider-Man, whatever it is that's exciting to them. Because I think where we lose children as readers is when they go to school and they are required to read something. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but when they're required to read something and it just doesn't engage them, they lose the enjoyment of reading. So let's bring back the
Oh,
fun.
yeah, let's bring back the fun. Sharon, I love it. As people, hit different milestones throughout the program, are there rewards, prizes, anything like that, like the summer program?
So because this is a fairly short program, we don't have certain milestones as we do in the summer reading program, which is a 9-week program. So for the winter reading program, you're just going to get a prize at the end when you've done your 10 hours. We have books obviously are part of the prize as usual. And we have some really cute, I should have brought one today. I'm sorry, I forgot. Some really cute little gift bags for the adults. And it's got some fun little swag and stuff in there for you. So maybe a little bit of chocolate. Did I say that? Um, so some, just kind of some fun, lighthearted prizes. So not working on milestones for this one. It's just a very short, like 1-month program, just to keep you going.
But how wonderful is that, that you treat yourself to 10 hours of reading and you get rewarded? So, I mean, it's like a win-win all over the place.
I love how you said treat yourself. I mean, because so many people, again, they think of reading as a requirement or as a burden or something they have to do. But like, I so look forward to going home and having my time to just chill and read. So I really appreciate your framing it in that way.
Thanks. I actually love the reading programs that the library organizes because I feel like it allows me to give myself permission to take time out of the day to read, right? Like I love reading, but sometimes I feel guilty. And I know I shouldn't, but sometimes I'm like, well, maybe I should be, loading the dishwasher, vacuuming, whatever. But it's great to know, like, okay, I'm part of this program. I get to read.
Absolutely. And like you said, load your dishwasher and listen to an audiobook. Or, you know, we're good multitaskers, right? We can figure this out. So give yourself permission and grace to just relax with a book, right? I mean, you don't have to be reading War and Peace for this type of thing. So let's read a good romance, a good mystery, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for coming on Coffee on
Yeah.
the Coast, for telling viewers about this opportunity. Sign up today to participate in the winter reading program. Officially kicks off January 28th, runs through March 4th. Treat yourself, treat your kids, take this opportunity to read with your kids, to read with others. I love it. And I'm looking forward, Sharon, to talking to you again on Coffee on the Coast to find
Yeah.
out what else you've got going on.
Very excited. Thank you for having me on, Tina.
You bet. Thank you so much for tuning in to Coffee on the Coast. My guest today was Sharon from the Manitowoc Public Library, talking about the winter reading program. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.